Okay, everyone. Okay, so now we're entering part 2 of the reading. So please check out part 1 just to get get the entire reading. But the gist of it is there's someone who's tiptoeing out of a situation. This person may have already tiptoed out of the situation with a toxic ex, and they're now in this healing phase, but they're now interested in someone new, someone that they've learned about, somebody, they get basically they have a new boo. There's a new boo coming in. But the thing is this new boo a side piece, or is this new boo like, dealing with someone who's completely out of a situation, right? So I wanted to clarify what I wanted to say is if I brought up cheating. If this person isn't cheating, this person may have been dealing with someone who was cheating, in the past. If they already exited themselves of a situation, or they're currently in the process of leaving a relationship, with leaving a partnership where their partner was cheating on them. Okay, so I wanted to clarify. I don't think we have to clarify these cards. Tell me about the cleanse. What is this cleanse? Make it rain. Blessings, entrepreneurship, manifesting abundance, legal matters in your favor, windfall, promotion. So I feel like this person, I did mention that this person may be maybe married or in the process of divorcing someone. And they're being very careful because they may be meeting somebody new. So there may be it could be, I was saying this is a masculine energy because the first two cards are masculine energy. But I feel like this person is being very careful with what they're doing because they're trying to bring in stability, abundance into their life, I need a little bit more than to make it rain. Is there anything else? Maybe in this other situation, if you look at money, like different, don't look at money as money, but think of it as a currency. It's currency, right? This person is probably, if this person was dealing with someone with some mental health issues who had toxic tendencies and behaviors, this person may have been drained from that situation, and they're currently in the process of healing so that they can regain their strength, their energy. It could be that from a spiritual standpoint, let's go to tiptoeing. Talk about tiptoeing. Tiptoeing. Feeling good again. Real connection, affection, sparks flying. So if this person is in a connection, or is exiting a connection, or has exited a connection, sometimes you have those lingering exes, especially if you have children, where the person just finds a way to still keep in contact, keep in touch with you. Those sirens are going off. This person, whoever you're dealing with, or this could be you, this masculine energy may feel like they cannot, that they are developing or have developed feelings for you. Let's just say that. Or you are the masculine energy who has already developed feelings, but you may be tiptoeing, not really showing that you are interested in anybody. You're keeping it a secret because you don't know how your ex is going to react. And it's whoever it resonates with, masculine or feminine, whoever, so some of you may be tiptoeing around, you may have met somebody, but you really don't want to advertise that you met somebody because of the past energy that that's still around. And you may be afraid that you're going to set off something if they find out that you moved on or whatever, So you maybe developed feelings for somebody else, and you have a connection with somebody. There's affection, there's chemistry. It's like, oh wow, real reunion, back for good, pure joy, soulmates reconnect. So possibly some of you are reconnecting with somebody from the past, and they are resurging those feelings that you experienced in the past when you were with them. You know, now that that card's added in, it could be somebody in the past that you've experienced where where there may have been some conflict in the relationship, and then you and this person took time to heal or whatever, you know, to cleanse yourself of whatever it was that took place in the relationship in the past. Or maybe both of you are, it doesn't even have to be like that. I just thought like this could be somebody that, I don't know, like I do believe in past lives. I believe in past lives. I never did a past life regression, but based on who I am now, I have an idea of who I may have been in the past, what I may have been in the past, who or what was in the past. But I feel like maybe this is somebody from past life. It could be a past life connection. It could even be somebody that you knew from a long time ago that you're just reuniting, but then you're feeling whatever feelings you had for them. Maybe you had a crush on them, and maybe they had a crush on you and you couldn't really connect because for whatever reason, you know, maybe you were seeing different people when you were younger or whatever, right? But now that you're away from a situation or you're exiting a situation, and then you meet somebody new, someone who's going to be your new boo, you're like being careful about how you're moving in the situation because you don't want to trigger the past person. Especially if the past person accused you of cheating, and then they see you with somebody new and they're like, aha, I knew it. I knew you cheated on me because you're with that person now, you know? It could be that. I feel like the next card that we should clarify is reading up. What is this reading up? Sick and tired, over it, moving on, decision made, repetitive cycle, but it's on the side. And then we have 1111, activation, twin flame, soul contract, divine timing, synchronicities. It's so funny because in the first part of the reading, the fed up card was at the bottom of the deck. So this is sick and tired. Sick and tired, I mean, sick and tired. You're over it, you're moving on, you've already made your decision. Repetitive cycle, you're like done with a cycle, a past cycle, and that may be what you're cleansing yourself from. Maybe because of what you've learned from the past. Like if you were dealing with somebody and you're like, okay, I took as much as I could out of the situation. I tried to make the best out of the situation, but the more I stay in it, the more I'm learning that I need to get out of this situation. You know, so because you've probably reached a level where you're sick and tired of the drama, the arguments, the possible physical altercations, the verbal abuse, the energetic drain, the emotional drain, you know. But then it's like it's like maybe once you or whoever this resonates with decides to move away from a situation, it's like everything is falling into place. It's like everything is synchronizing, and it's what's bringing in this new boo, this person that you may have known in the past, or it could just be like you're someone from a past life that you're reuniting with this lifetime. You know, it's a soulmates reconnect, soul contract, twin flames, activation, synchronicities. So I feel like that's what could be going on here. You know, the new boo is it's someone that you possibly have never been with before. It could just be somebody you could like, possibly you could have known them from like a past life, like when you were younger, you know, when you were a different person. But it could also be, this is when you had a different lifetime, like a different era, you know, somebody from like whatever previous life you had before you reincarnated into this one, you know, you're reuniting with them. These cards fell. Okay, let's see what this new boo is. Tell us about the new boo. These cards are slippery. I like it. Ooh, I split the deck. It says stubborn, bossy, selfish, guarded, and flexible empathy. Lacks empathy. Ooh, that's not good. That could have been the past energy. What came to my mind is like this past energy may want to get in the middle, interfere with this, with the stubborn. Because I was thinking that was in the middle, when I split the deck, so like kind of like the middle of the deck, and then I was like, this person wants to get into the middle of things. That's what popped into my mind. Tell us about this new boo. Okay. Okay, that was all that came on the bottom. It says dating, new love, having fun, back on the market. Yeah, I feel like that's what I initially thought, that some of you are exiting a situation where there was a lot of conflict, a lot of confusion, with someone who possibly was not the healthiest, was in their toxic energy, and that you were going towards something new, that you're going towards meeting somebody new, but then it's like you have to be careful because of this past person, how they may react, how they may act, how they will, what they will do. You never know what this person might do, especially if they're maybe suffering from some mental illness where they're not the most stable, you know, especially if they've already exhibited certain behaviors that had you concerned about your personal safety. So guilt, stress, anxiety, ashamed, remorseful. Message, apology, meeting up, heart-to-heart conversations. Oh, excuse me. And then infatuation, in denial, obsessed, attraction, spell work. When I think of this card, I feel like this past person, or if you're not cheating, okay, this is, if you're cheating and you have a heart, you have a conscience, you may be feeling guilty. But, or whoever is cheating, if they are cheating, they may be feeling guilty. Okay, so please take it as it resonates. I don't know who's watching this reading. But new boo, it will help if people will write comments. Let me know if it resonates in some way. I mean, you could create like you could change your username, like make up a name and stuff. Nobody needs to know it's you. If it's you that's cheating or not, or who's being cheated on. But I feel like when this person, if you were meeting somebody new, and say this, you've already exited a situation, and there has been quite a bit of time where the other person can also be like in this place where they're also healing and they're taking accountability for their behavior, they may be feeling guilty about what they did, feeling guilty and ashamed that they let you go, that now you, the person that they probably felt like was the only person that really cared about them, that really loved them, is now moving on to somebody else, you know? They may, but if it's just a new boo, this person, some people could also feel guilty about moving on from situations, you know, because they feel bad about what happened in the past, but it's kind of like what kind of interferes with them moving forward and having a new relationship, because the past experiences that happened, you know, it could be a fear that it could happen again in the new dynamic. It could be that. But I know guilt is like the main word on this card, but it could also be a bit of anxiety that you or this person may be feeling, the new boo person can be feeling. But there may be messages, somebody may be wanting to come forward with an apology if this is a past person, or that is now seeing you move on. And then also it could be this person can be obsessed with you. And I'm thinking this is a past energy. I don't think this energy is the new person. I feel like the past person may see you moving on, and that may be what confuses them, because then they're starting to feel things, you know. They probably villainized you and stuff, but then they see you moving on and it seems like you're happy. You may be happy, and or to them it looks like, because you know people act like they're happy but inside they're like they're dying, you know. Like they're just like all dried up and cry from crying and stuff. But infatuation and denial. So this person can be still, they may be a bit obsessed. They may be doing what they can to kind of try to draw you back into this dynamic if they find out that you're moving on with somebody else. But it could also be that you, this new person that you are with, or you will be meeting, you become infatuated with them. There's a lot of attraction, a lot of, if you look at these other things, it's like this person reignites that spark inside of you. And you feel like it's not only you reuniting with the person that you're supposed to be with, possibly like a soulmate, like a past life soulmate, but it could also be with you reuniting with who you are as a person, like reuniting with that feeling that you used to have again. Because maybe in the past, that part of you got lost. And when you met somebody, you meet somebody new, they probably reignited that flame in you. It could be that. But the guidance card underneath the dating card, I feel like this could be a connection that is divinely guided. It says faith, healing, intuition, dreams, spiritual journey. So I feel like in the process of this person, whoever it is, it could be you or the person you're dealing with that's going through the cleanse, you know, after exiting a situation, and they're now regaining their energy source. Now they're becoming, it's like they're now recharged. They're now they're no longer depleted, and now it's like right now their battery pack is filling up, and they're ready for the next phase in their life, you know, because of the past, the conflict from the past, you know, with the past person. But what I want to say is that I think because the synchronicities card came out too with 1111, I feel like this person, like I was saying, may be watching you. The past person may be watching, because I see pictures and snooping. So if you're posting anything on social media, maybe you're not. If you already know, like you're tiptoeing around the situation, or the person you're dealing with is tiptoeing, you may not even be posting pictures, because this other person can be watching, can be snooping, may have people that you know that could be watching you. So they end up finding out things about you through other people, not because they saw it with their own two eyes, but because other people are reporting to them. I'm just saying that because of the snooping and the pictures card. The reconciliation card is underneath too. So it could be this person also wants to reconcile, but depending on the situation, that is looking like, oh, look at that, the spiritual attack. And then we have the spell work card. I was thinking that, you know, this person may have like be trying to draw you in, and they could be doing that energetically. And you know, there's ways that people can do that without actually using like candles, and you know, it's just touching yourself. You know, thinking about somebody that can draw a person back in. It depends if they're still attracted to you or not. But 1111 guidance, dieting. Someone may be dieting. So that came out wrong, guys. Dieting, but it's dating. I feel like this connection, this new boo connection can be something that is being divinely guided. It's something that once someone decided to go through a cleanse to detoxify themselves and rid themselves of negativity and start to purify their energy, it's what's allowed some sort of synchronicity to come forward and allow this person, or for you to meet somebody, you know, who brings back that loving feeling. You know, that's what I'm getting from this. And I didn't even use tarot. I didn't even use tarot. So I hope this reading was helpful in some way, or entertaining, or whatever you needed it to be. If it was, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And I'm wishing you a wonderful day or evening ahead, and I'm sending you lots of love and light and healing. Bye.